Hey everyone, Adam here with UAV Coach, and today we're taking an in-depth look at the DJI Neo, a lightweight drone loaded with impressive features. Whether you're considering buying the Neo or already have one and want to learn how to make the most of it, this video has you covered. I'll be walking you through everything you need to know, from the basics of taking off and landing to cool features like vertical shooting, intelligent flight modes, voice controls, and more. Plus, I'll share my overall thoughts after testing it in a variety of environments to see how it really performs. If you're looking for something specific, check out the timestamps in the description to jump straight to the section you're interested in. With that said, let's fly in. First of all, I've got to talk about the size. The DJI Neo is only 135 grams or 4.8 ounces. By just placing it in different areas, it really makes me like the size even compared to my Air 2S, which is already a pretty compact drone. I mean, by just looking at it in relation to a car seat or a nightstand, it's something I could see myself bringing with me everywhere purely because it's so portable and easy to use. Let's begin with the camera. The Neo records in 4K at 30 frames per second and 1080p up to 60 frames per second with vertical shooting mode for 1080p content, ideal for social media. For photos, it captures 12 megapixel images with a half-inch image sensor, providing pretty crisp and clear visuals. Here's an important detail. If you're flying with just your phone, the drone operates in auto mode. To adjust settings like shutter speed, you'll need to use a DJI controller. The Neo is compatible with the following DJI controllers: the DJI RC Motion 3, the FPV Remote Controller 3, the RC N3 controller, the RC2 controller, and the RC N2 controller. Since I only have the DJI RC1 controller, which isn't compatible with the Neo, I was limited to using my phone for this review. Now let's move into setting the drone up. You'll see that the Neo has a pretty simple design. There are two buttons on top, one USB-C port on the back end, and a battery underneath. The back button next to the DJI logo is the power button, and the front button next to the gimbal is how you can cycle through intelligent flight modes. The USB-C port is where you will charge the drone and transfer files to your computer. To pop the battery out, just push down on the textured latch and slide it out. You only need to do this if you're replacing it with another battery. If you only have one battery, you can keep it on the drone while charging. The Neo charges via a USB-C cable and takes about 50 to 60 minutes for a full charge. You can fly the drone for up to 18 minutes with a fully charged battery. The Neo doesn't have a micro SD card slot, but includes 22 gigabytes of internal storage. You can also check your storage and format it in the DJI Fly app under camera settings. You can download footage by using the DJI Fly app to download files directly to your phone, or connecting the drone to your computer with a USB-C cable to move files manually. Now that we've covered the basics, it's time to take it out into the field and see it in action. All right, now let's power this drone up and launch it. So first, you're going to take the gimbal cover off. Just give it a little squeeze, it should pop off. And then the power button is the button right next to the DJI logo. So just click it once and then hold it. One and then hold. You'll see 4 green lights come on, and then the propellers will start to move and it'll make a little sound and you know it's on. And now that the green lights are on, you can connect it to the device, either the controller or the phone. For right now, I'm gonna do my phone. So now we're gonna open up the DJI Fly app. You can do connect to aircraft. Click the DJI Neo and click connect via mobile device because we're going to do connect with the phone. It's going to find the device nearest to you, so click that one. Make sure your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth settings are on, and then it's going to automatically connect. So right now you can see this is what the drone is seeing, the camera, me. So it automatically is going to be in follow mode. What we want to do is click that middle dashboard on the app and go to manual control. Now all you have to do is lay it flat on your palm and hold that takeoff button. Propellers will start to go and it'll just launch off of your hand. And then if you want to see the controls in a horizontal aspect, all you have to do is press that little widescreen button on the right side, right here. Then it'll switch to the right, and now you'll have a bigger display so you can see the controls. You can go up and down. And these controls definitely remind me of certain types of racing games or other apps on your phone. So if you've ever played those types of games, then the controls will feel very familiar to you. You just use your thumbs and you can move up and down, forward, left, turn the drone. It's very simple, very intuitive. If you want to take a video, you press that red button in the top right. Now it's recording. And if you want to stop, just click it again. If you want to switch to picture, just click that little video icon right next to the red button. Now it's going to take a picture. Took a picture. And if you want to land the drone, all you're going to do is place your hand underneath the drone. It'll sense it and then just automatically fall onto it. And there you go. So that's really simple. And then to turn off the drone, you're just going to press that same button you did to turn on. So press it once and then hold, and the lights will stop blinking. So that's how you turn the drone on, take off, land the drone, and then power it off. So very simple. Now let's go through some of the features of the app. And again, this is when I'm connected to my phone and controlling the drone. I will say with flying other drones, this one is probably the easiest to take off, as you literally just press a button. You hold the drone out and then it'll just fly off your hand. All right, so again, we're just going to place the drone in the palm, and I'll test it out for you. I'll show you that when I move my hand and try and take off, it won't let you, so you have to be very still. See, it won't do it, so you have to hold your hand still, and then the drone will start. All right, so now let's go through some of the cool features of the app. First of all, you can turn the gimbal up and down. There's this little arrow and like hamburger sign on the left side of the screen. If you just slowly hold that, you'll see -5, -10. That's the gimbal shifting downward. You pull it upward, the gimbal going up. So the gimbal goes up pretty high, goes up 60 degrees, and then I believe the downward will go down -90 degrees. So you can get some cool top-down shots like that. That's pretty nice. Let's reset it to 0. So that's how you adjust the gimbal of the drone. The Neo also can do voice control, which is really cool. So you just tap this little speech bubble icon on the right side. Follow. And now it's following me and it's recording. Didn't have to press anything. If you want to learn all of the voice commands, click the voice control button and then click check settings. This will show you an entire list of different commands to try out, as well as some safety ones if you want to suddenly stop or land the drone. And if we go into the settings on the bottom right side of the app, you can find some extra settings. So let's go to camera settings. This is where right now it's shooting in 4K. If you want to shoot vertical, which the drone does, you just swipe to the left in 1080p and 9:16. So a vertical video, perfect for social media. And now it's filming vertically. Another cool feature is app recording, letting you use your phone or an external mic to record audio while the Neo films. To enable this, go to Settings, Camera Settings, and scroll down. You can choose between pure and natural modes. Here's how they both sound, starting with pure mode. So with this mode, it's going to be cutting off the propeller noise and all noises around me, so no ambient noise. So you probably won't hear anything about this car going in the back, driving in the background. It can be a pretty harsh cutoff from all noises. So that was pure mode, and now this is natural mode. So if there was any wind blowing, you might be able to hear that. There's going to be a car driving behind me in just a second, so maybe you'll hear a little bit of that. And it can just make the scene a little bit more realistic, but who knows if you always want that. So it's pretty cool. There's two options. They're of course not the best audio recording, but this is a very cheap drone, so first even have that feature. Let's see if you can hear any of those cars in the background moving. Over everything, you won't hear the drone and its propellers, which is a very nice option. So this is pretty cool. So now let's go through some shooting modes. So first we are going to click that manual control drop-down menu in the middle right here, and let's go to the follow mode. You can also do this on the drone. There are buttons you can cycle through. We're just gonna do this on the app for right now. Now that it's in follow mode, you see there's a green plus icon around me. Just click that green plus, because for right now I want me to be the subject it tracks. You can see that it shows a little box around me. That means that it has focused on me, and all you have to do is click start. And not only follow mode will start, but also it will start recording for you automatically. So we can start moving, and it will start moving. So this was super easy to get into follow mode, and it does a really good job of following me for the most part. It's turning, moving directions. And there was a recent update that came out, so it does follow you faster. I believe it goes up to about 20 miles per hour that it can track you. So if you want to ride a bike or drive your car, skateboard, anything like that, go for a jog, it should track you pretty well. If you're in the follow mode, you can choose how far or how close you want the drone to follow you. So click this bottom button and you can say close, medium, or far. You can choose the follow height. All right, and now let's go to the second mode, which is Dronie. So Dronie is going to lock onto a subject and then it is going to fly away and upward to reveal the location around that subject. So this is a really fun one to do if you're traveling and you want to showcase a really cool location. Let's start with me pointed toward here. Again, just click that plus icon to whatever you want the subject to be. And then you can see that you can select how far. So let's do 19 feet and we're going to want it to rise. And then just click start again and watch it go. So you can see it's pretty cinematic. It's going to rise back and upward. And then once it gets to a certain distance, then it's going to come back to me in that same path it did. And then it will stop recording as soon as it gets back. And there we go, that's the Dronie, so pretty easy one. And now let's do circle. So with circle, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to just make a circle around the object. It's already tracked onto me. And we're just gonna click start. And you see it's going to just circle. And you can also move during circle. Keep in mind that this drone doesn't have obstacle avoidance. So if there's any branches or any kind of objects in the way of it, it could crash into them because it won't be able to sense them. So just be careful with that fact. And now we can do rocket. And rocket is going to just shoot upward. So let's start rocket. It's going to shoot upward and tilt the gimbal downward. So that's pretty cool. And now you can see it started recording. It's probably going to go a little higher. And again, with this one, you can choose the altitude that it goes to, which is nice. And all of this is being done automatically. I press that one button for it to start and it does the rest for me. So this is a really easy way to capture a lot of different shots all at once. The next intelligent flight mode is Spotlight. With this mode, the drone will stay in place and just turn left or right to track your movement. I wanted to test out what the drone would do when I disappeared behind my car, and it surprisingly did a great job of finding me as soon as I reappeared in view. The final three modes are under DirectionTrack. So first, DirectionTrack is when the drone will follow you from whichever direction you started. So here, the drone started to the side of me. So as I began walking forward, it tracked me from the side. Once I started walking toward the drone, it then began backing up. This one's great if you want to practice your model strut. The next mode under DirectionTrack was Helix. To get to this mode, just click the drop-down button underneath Custom. Helix was a fun feature as it circles around the subject while flying upward. The last intelligent flight mode was Boomerang, which is also under DirectionTrack. As the name suggests, with this mode, the drone flies away from the subject, pauses, and then returns back while rotating, which creates a boomerang-shaped path. I also found that while the intelligent flight mode is running, you can tap the virtual joysticks button in the bottom left and control the drone's movement. In this situation, while the drone was following me, I was able to fly the drone upward, changing the angle of the follow without disrupting the tracking. Now let's address some frequently asked FAA-related questions about the Neo. First, do you need to register it? Recreational flyers don't need to register the Neo because it weighs less than 0.55 pounds. Commercial flyers must register the drone, as all drones used for commercial purposes require registration. Second, does it have remote ID? The Neo does not have built-in remote ID. Recreational flyers don't need remote ID because the drone is under 0.55 pounds. Commercial flyers must attach an external remote ID module. Next, can you fly it without a controller? No. FAA rules require the drone to be connected to a controller, so either your phone or remote controller. This ensures that you can maintain control in case of emergencies. Finally, can you fly over people? Yes, but only if you're flying commercially and the drone has that external remote ID module attached. Those two elements automatically qualify it as a Category 1 drone because it weighs under 0.55 pounds, it's equipped with remote ID, and it has prop guards. For recreational pilots, you are unfortunately not allowed to fly over people. After testing the DJI Neo in various environments and different situations, here's my overall take. The size and ease of use were the standout features for me, especially when using just my phone to control the drone. It's very simple to fly, making it an excellent choice for beginners. The voice control settings add another layer of convenience, and its compact size means you can even fly it indoors without worrying about space. With propeller guards, the Neo is pretty durable and hard to break. It's also super easy to take off and land, which is perfect for those just starting out. For its price, the camera quality and intelligent flight features are impressive, offering solid value. However, its small size does come with some limitations. During my test, I flew it in wind speeds of around 10 to 15 miles per hour, and while it handled okay, I wouldn't recommend flying in anything stronger due to its lightweight build. Testing in low light environments also showed that the drone struggles to fly stably, as in the Neo would literally start to drift off in different directions, making it hard to control. So it's best used in well-lit conditions. Another downside was the high-pitched noise it makes, which for me can be a bit annoying, but that can just be preference. Also, when controlling the drone with just the phone, it's important to push the sticks very slowly to achieve smooth, cinematic shots. I imagine this would be much easier with a proper remote controller, which unfortunately I didn't have for this review. Overall, the DJI Neo is a fun, beginner-friendly drone with great features for its size and price. If you already own the Neo, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you're still deciding if it's the right drone for you, let us know any other features that you would want us to explore. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future drone videos. Until next time, blue skies and safe flying.